Today is a day that ends in Y, which means we have to play some video games. Or else. But it's a fun video game, trust me. The music seems to have decided to start playing twice. Let's get out of here. Alright. Last time I played, we had found Ruin of House Eisen. Somewhere here. Yeah, there it is. 8 penetration, 1d10 damage. Critical hit scored with this weapon get an extra +4 bonus to penetration rolls, which means it goes up to 12. And it's also guaranteed a crit on the last shot. So definitely not a bad weapon, especially not for the part that we're at right now. But we're not really going with pistols. So I'm probably just gonna stick it in a box somewhere and then forget that I even have it. Maybe. Does have an ego bonus, right? Yes, it does. Okay, never mind. It's not gonna go in the box, it's gonna stay in my inventory. Only being equipped when I need to trade shit. Same thing as this here. Gleaming Vest of Sharper. +1 ego, and light manipulation, but more importantly, ego. I've got a precinct navigator also. No solar cells. If I did have a solar cell, I'd equip it right now. But I don't, so I won't. If I remember right, night vision goggles actually last for quite a surprising amount of time before running out of power. You know, unlike all the other powered things you can stick on your face. Also got magnetized boots with cleats. Should be a lot more tempting if it didn't lower my movement speed lower than it already is, because right now it is at 25. Mostly because I have this thing. A liquid-cooled chain gun. One more level I can get tank and not have to worry about that anymore. Right, so very full up on stuff. Let's go to Distilled. Does not look like the Salt Desert. Because I wasn't in the Salt Desert. It's going mildly crazy, don't mind me. Discovered dodecahedron Dumrod. More books. Perfect. Have to start dropping stuff. It's got feathers on it. Maybe I shouldn't get rid of it. Not just yet. Half shut over the pail. I shall ask Father when he has invented some system to which he scrubs the dirt and sheds its shell, crawls towards the hanging hills, and the cycle repeats itself. This tinker fungus that could. We believe the arthropods to be a kind of metal shirt. Show Communities of Disciples, Volume 8. As you wish, Moloch. Starting Tycho scan. You're trying to fool its prey. Clank got it. Clank Puffandarty. Deaf to all who canter in the mass mind, owing nothing to do so. Strong opinions about that one. Consciousness surrendered, it's sluggish. No more than salt does. That Ural creeps toward products almost before. I am suggesting that the slim be not improbable, but the answer? Should you be here, child? Is that not all speech's gesture and all the estimates of haze have been rendered illegible? Friendship here is a man thinks. Or less, you should too. And now I'm carrying too much. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Alright, keep going. Creation by vibrations of a secret ritual, 4th edition. I am Bagheera, a watcher of the instrument. From pure clearness to nearly black blue, make the atoms of all this, one way or another. Pure clearness. I was struck just after making an obnoxious squeaking noise. Sounds like you deserved it. Recentering the concentration of his goatish. When this happens later on in the angled bands of the practice, I found them here and east. Exceeds your target's armor. There the spindle channel glimmers across the contours of a credo. Oh, hello there, WT. Or is it VT? I forget. Was one or the other. Either way, hello. I am just, reading some fun books. Suffuses its brass and strange noises, Volume 2. Wouldst fain see Ka free, one day. And I'm carrying too much again. Why do I not have my carbide folding hammer equipped? Oh right, I had the pickaxe because I was looking for ruins of House Eisner, that's why. Since I'm not going to be using that, get rid of it. Pick of the thought forms already described. But their prevalence isn't owed to their chronological distance from an emir's palace grove in the name of the Sunderlies. Comb Caves in the Well, Volume 9. Warm breezes blew through the ear of the children. They cannot argue against its small body, arranged twigs around the base of one of a distant peak. Illuminated train winds over. Aloft of Gauss, a sight twinkling. It sounds like Evidence, Volume 2. But I am grateful that you live on where I chime in dozens. And Saw Him From Without, Volume 3. Too busy dodging arrows to ask when to distill grounds to purchase the entry skill in its early stages with common remedies such as density, elasticity, etc. And carrying too much again. Really should go all the way back, or all the way forward, to distilled before doing this, but I've already committed. Not reasonable. There is but one thread for any crime to hinder arc is the presence in the direction or velocity or character of the consortium of Phaida. Illuminated, oaf you'll be in a year. Zest of the Hanging Hills, Nisramet, the Angler King. dropping. If anything that's particularly heavy. Carbide longsword. Yeah, that's about it. The ingress afforded. He is a lock of self? I feel no compulsion to bar its work. And copper bulbs from a comet's tail. There is not overly crowded for thee. And supportive straps, volume 4. Why, Moon King, so loath to touch them? Told you not to call me that. Gilds that pucker. A love of the sharing of knowledge. Vertically, first edition. If there were another detective that I had simply confessed in person. Lies that lodge itself you. All the more reason for us to understand that these are unprecedented circumstances. I'm gonna have to drop one more. Curled around their joints. If the ether is precisely like any other part everywhere and always, and there are some 70 different kinds of radiations of whatever wavelength, continue identical until they grow accustomed. Intense musculature. Pattern trait of the creature part, crossed with body. We have discovered or traveled to the historical site of Shamrod. Bunch of stuff here. We'll talk to those guys. No oil to collect, unfortunately. Let me just get rid of some water. Still carrying too much. Gold nugget. Exactly what I want. Beep boop. Beep. Ah, good recipes on this one. Well, a couple of good ones. Mallet gas grenade 3s and a geomagnetic disc. Though I don't even have Tinker 1. Let's get that silver nugget. Really should have closed that book menu. Curse you. To be here, something must hold the processes of life radiates across Cud, but in the body of the way. And its predominant colors. I tire, talk to Agira, and a shrine to Yahim II. Deep in the wilds of the glassblower's aristocracy of Dazawar, Yahim II stumbled upon a clan of apes performing a secret ritual. Because of her desiccated eyes, they furiously rebuked her and declared her a villain to their kind. Perf. She hates Watervine so much for us. Of inlaned basalt. It's sort of hyper-advanced machines built by the very same circumstances upon the strength to take types of music played upon the clouds, but their light lines sputter and smolder. Concealed an array of tinkering. Through such thaumaturgy, the people of Bimriruk saw an image is pressed out. For me for countless generations. Relief, relief. Relief from the elephantine spools in the name of Carfax. Vault your artifacts into the tissues of the inner loon of the Enclave's mechanical children. Beheld the spirit of vengeance agreed. If it were, and it behooves us to see the other half dusty, Polyp-jeweled hermit walked out of blood. Our argent fathers, who is the blood of eater's artifice yet runs in the freehold's century-long history, fill his grinning. Ah, well, you have only condensed a very big fuss when one comes by. Specific form of motion. Light would be turned away. Alright. Now, instead of repeating the same mistakes as last time, I'm actually gonna leave. Go put those books away. Ooh, hey, an oil weep. Am I actually friends with mushrooms? Tell me about the fungus. Don't care about you, but aggressive ones will attack. Yeah. In case you don't know, the way these things work is if they're neutral, they will puff on you if you go near. But if you're friendly, they won't. Which, coincidentally, one of the best ways to become friendly with them is to have a bunch of fungal infections on you. But that's not for this character to do. Although it wouldn't be necessarily bad, I do have a lot of strength. But it's also kind of RNG on where it's going to pop up, and there's a lot of places on me it could pop up. Just collect a little bit of oil. Forgotten ruins. Who's that a statue of? I didn't know about it. Shrine to Yahim III, the scourge of Charvapir. Deep in the wilds of Shagaruk, Yahim III stumbled upon a clan of mollusks performing a secret ritual. Because of her reputation for murdering someone with a dagger made of glass, they furiously rebuked her and declared her a villain to their kind. They do not appreciate the shank. Alright, here we are. First things first, hey, can you tell me how to actually use a shield? But first, loved by the Fellowship of Wardens, admired by the villagers of Harvamrod for explaining the meaning of the Canticles Chromaic, and disliked by the villagers of Kyakyukya for worshipping a highly entropic being. Well, gonna have to take that reputation hit. It's minor. Anyway, would you like to know about the Snapjaws? And, a move, wherever that is. And Sheeb is a Snapjaw warrior. This might take a little while. Alright. Well, that was most of it. Alright. How many books do I have in there? Why is there a defoliant grenade in there? Yeah, I'm not counting all that. Don't think the text log is supposed to look like this, but it sure does. General, I don't think the UI is supposed to look like this at all. Must have broken something. Tell me about the Pope. He is loved by the Mechanimist, hated by the villagers of Shamish for tricking them into sharing their fresh water, and admired by highly entropic beings for making them fee welcome at a supper feast. Yeah, I think I broke the UI again. Let me just fix that. I think I have to do a full restart. So, just a minute. Seems to happen pretty consistently. Maybe I should, fill out a bug report or something to the devs. So I get the feeling they probably already know about it. But that's not really a good reason not to do things. Any second now, the game's gonna pop up again. See, I told you. It's right there. Alright, is the UI fixed? Yes, it is. Now instead of making them fee welcome at a supper feast, they now feel welcome at a supper feast. This was very important. On looking about, he found that the air very much further than I would reconsider. Have some water. And we'll tell him about the Forgotten Ruins. Alright, now that that's done, we get to talk to Sapor. He is loved by the cult of the Coiled Lamb, hated by the Farmers Guild for worshipping a highly entropic being, and disliked by winged mammals for eating one of their young. No water for you this time. But I will tell you all about our Lord and Savior, our chef. Level 14. Here we go. Back up to normal movement speed. More information about Reshef. In 1 AR, Reshef closed the gates to Tomb of the Eaters, abdicated the throne, and dissolved the Sultanate in order to lift the curse of the Gyre. Would you like to know about that? Hello there, I will go to Bela. Now we explore. A little bit of convalescence, cider, wine, green goo, black ooze, brown sludge, molten wax, salt, and primordial soup. Nothing that I want to buy. Painted glass bottle. Acting against a prohibition on the practice of worshipping the stars, Reshef led an army to the gates of Omniporch. There he defeated his brothers in battle and liberated its citizens, and they crowned him the Sultan of Qud. Better not have drowned him. That would kind of break the timeline. Also, I should be wearing my trade gear. Get a big ol' 22. Keep upgrading Flaming Ray. The desert music. Odd trinkets and stuff. Lacquered Joppa recoiler. High capacity solar cell. Very cool. Basically don't need to have the glow sphere anymore. Not that I have anything else to use there right now. And hungry. Solve that. Gather some wrapped fenugreek, some more fenugreek, and a medium or median ur seed. Bunch of books. Not sure what I expected there. Not all that many good shops so far. Though I do have more Ichor merchants than usual, which will come in handy just, you know, later. And we just read that one. Painted vase. While wandering around the astrologist's theocracy of Kar, Yahim stumbled upon a clan of trees performing a secret ritual. Because of her copper-plated visage, they furiously rebuked her and declared her a villain to their kind. So the green turrets. Seed spitter turrets. Huh. That's interesting. What kind of meals do you have? You have fresh spiced tahine. 4 quickness, 13% to natural healing rate. It's definitely been worse. Jeweler, chef, hatter, catter. What do you have? Salt and Naphtali cider over cake. Plus 5 quickness. Ooh. Cloning draft. Too expensive, however. And at least we have this guy. Now I can just turn any extra stuff I have into gems. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like I have all that much extra. Here, well, I have a few things. Really not that much. Here we throw down Gyre Iron. Please let me select the thing at the top, the bubble level. I swear I had another bubble level somewhere. Salt mill. Ah, there it is. Yeah, have all of that stuff. Probably have the chem cell or solar cell in this thing. I think that's everything I had to equip. Still carrying a lot. What is most of my weight? Food is 45 pounds. Trade goods is 12. Water containers are 45. Just have to make my way to Kakuka, learn how to cook. You notice some ruins. We discovered Mallet. But a Dromad caravan. Weird artifacts. Really should put my trading stuff on if I'm gonna do this. Alright, now what the heck did I just buy? A turbo. Conflicting. These things are technically very good, but I've never had success with them. Like, ever. In the sense of, it's never been better than the other weapons I've had at the time. I'll hold on to that rocket so I can reverse engineer it. Steel hammer, or steel hammer, steel mace, wrong button. Iron mace, at least that one. Alright, you can have the turbo again. Don't want it. On the other hand, I can disassemble it. With a tasty 5-bit, and a 4 maybe. How about if I equip a pickaxe? Is there still nothing to explore? Don't know why there's pink hearts whenever I'm hitting something. Not gonna worry about it. Smell roasted boar nearby. Let's investigate. Discovered Moss Ba, Goat Village. Carbide hammer. An engraved chainmail. Deep in the wilds of the glass-blower's autocracy of Dalzawar, Gahim II stumbled upon a clan of apes performing a secret ritual. Because of her desiccated eyes, they fiercely rebuked her and declared her a villain. I think I already read that one. A shoemaker. Have some water. And the location of Bela. You seem trustworthy. I could learn Intimidate, but I won't. Disliked by water barons for sowing their fields with salt. You're not that bad, Noontu. I'm sure they deserved it. Legendary gunsmith. Not just here for the corpus. Tell me about the braising shrew cuisine with bear jerky. 1 serving of bear jerky with 1 serving of spine fruit jam, and you can make flesh nettled tahine. Whenever you drop below 28% HP, you reflect 100% damage the next time you take damage within 50 turns. Not bad, but well, I'd rather not have to be that low health just to get 100% damage reflection. And then goulash over tossed bear jerky, consisting entirely of only bear jerky. Plus 10 to 15% max HP. And cool Earl. Guessing that's a recoiler with a cell in it. Let me just collect all the village water. Sure they're not gonna miss this stuff. Oh, someone tried to raid and it didn't work. Haven't had that happen before. claimed I'm offline. But clearly not, I'm right here. Ah, yeah, that would do it. There's an underscore in there. Alright, well, we're gonna squarely blame Wonderpip on it, but that's fine. I'm guessing you guys were also playing some CUD. Yeah, I've just been over here reading like 70 books, feeling like I need at least 2 full bottles of water to restore the vocal cords. Other than that, I mean, Kakyuka, I just learned how to cook stuff. I was gonna trade with Ural, but his prices suck. Ooh, new to the game and shockingly good at it. Much better than me, old at the game and shockingly bad at it for how long I have played it. 166 vine wafers into 498 servings. Nice. And then, under the beetle moon, folks settled here to gather goods of passage for Ape Sad Abururuku. Let me try that one again. Oborokuru. And so Kakyuka was founded. I don't know. You say I accomplish quite a bit in these streams, but I always feel like I find the stupidest way to die sometimes, like the last character, where I just kinda wandered into the jungle for no reason. And then got shanked by the Naftali, not even goat folk, the fucking Naftali, like come on dude. Anyway, in 979, Nuntu, the legendary albino ape, grew tired of bludgeoning things to death and journeyed to a root-strangled place on the river Svi. There, he came upon Kakyuka and its inhabitants. Villagers of Kakyuka asked Nuntu to employ his magisterial skills and lead the village. Yeah, I know it doesn't change it, but I like to hear the story of Nuntu. The ape guy that was so good at being ape and crushing things to death with his big, apely fist that people asked him, hey, you want to be in charge? And then now he is. Look at him. He's having a great time. I've got plenty of places I could run off to. Don't think I've gone to Gridgate yet, but I do have a historical site over here in the Salt Desert I can run off to. And of course, there's Bela. I mean, what's that quote the smarter people always like to say, war is just diplomacy at its logical conclusion or something like that? I mean, it checks out. Eventually you get so good at war that you run out of enemies to beat to death. Then you have to go back to figuring out how things work. Right. Gonna run off to that historic site. Discover the lair. We're good. Oh boy, this might be fun. Lots of damage. Alright, survived. Who is Porcelain? Porcelain is this weird fucking chimera dude I made. Mutated human pilgrim, I went all in with the unstable genome and the chimera thing, so only physical mutations, and there's when I get to pick, I get more limbs when I pick. So I ended up going with two-headed, electromagnetic pulse, multiple arms, double-muscled, flaming ray, and two-hearted. Most of them not very leveled. Been mostly pumping my points into strength. I started with a very even stat distribution. But yeah, look at all them equipment slots. Let me just read through all of them. Upper hands, lower left hand, lower left arm, floating nearby, worn in lower hands. Left face hand, left face, left head, right face. Upper left hand arm, upper left hand, upper left arm, upper right hand, upper left hand, left antenna feet, left RM antenna, lower right arm, lower right hand, back arm, worn on back, feet, and missile weapon. Yeah, kind of a lot. Yeah, you end up, like if you're doing Chimera in specific, you run into the scenario where you get your mutation points and you're like, should I upgrade my stuff or should I just get 4 mutation points and get yet another one? And for a while it works, but I feel like if you do that too much, you kind of start falling off by the time you get to late game. Which is why I've been pumping Flaming Ray. That double muscled, and I'm also going to level up multiple arms. The other ones I'm not sure if I'm going to level up yet. Two-headed I'm almost certainly not going to level up. Electromagnetic pulse could be good, but I've never really used it. And then two-hearted is also very good. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh right, exploring the jungle. Chimera computer build with risk calcs. It does seem like a pretty good idea. Well, I was always under the impression that most of the stuff that benefits from risk calc is stuff that only the Truekins get. But I've been wrong before. More grenades. About a range of Flaming Ray. Just gonna keep running. Wait for him right here. Level 15. Genome enters an excited state. You already know. Gained my bearings. Right, continuing on. To some ruins, apparently. Discovered Shapad. Oh yeah, guess another thing I should mention with the current character is I've managed to get lucky and find a thermocask pretty early on. You're wondering what the heck that is? It gives you some heat and cold resistance, but it also increases your heat damage dealt and cold damage dealt, each by 25%, and also the intensity of the heating effects. Which, exactly how that works is a little bit vague, but, you know, number go up is obviously better. So I'm really good at setting dudes on fire. Alright, so we explored the first level of this just earlier. And I actually finally have some oil to give this guy. Got to look at his reputation though. He is Boro, esteemed Baraphramite tutor. He is loved by the Baraphramites and disliked by the villagers of Kapipad for reprogramming their favorite robot. Have some oil. You can tell us how to make stuff co-processed. Yeah, it's pretty much like you say, Wonderpip. It's, there's the flame damage itself, and then there's also the temperature difference. Which, if the temperature difference is high enough and they're not already on fire, then they can burst into flames. Ooh, what kind of food did you get? Hopefully the edible kind. I'm gonna learn how to make stuff co-processed. Why not? We'll tell him about Malep. You made laksa. Is it anything like latkes? I've made those before. Came to the following conclusions. A child led a raiding party on a camp of trolls. How brave. Way graffiti. Many thanks for your misfortunes, lame birds. Did I leave? I sell whatever sundries that meet my standards of qualities, with some of which all detail is avoided, in order to get the limit varies considerably for the August and oracular Casconda. And to evoke a lightning storm, Volume 1. Oh, you mean the ruin of House Eisner? Yeah, I found that one. I did find the 2 clues in the same spot. Not on the same floor, mind you, but both of them I found in that first historic site. Anyway, to evoke a lightning storm over Volume 1. Sharper 2, enact as an atom. Worse still, until in 866 PP. I cannot blame you, for the formation of the Wisterwort dynasty had left no heir. Affenreach erupted into bedlam once again. You know, I pronounce a lot of things in interesting ways, some of them correct. Anyway, let's keep reading books. Theorize it's the least. Oh, not because of its stilled inertia. But anyway, let me prove to you that I found it, because it's right there. The ruin of House Eisner. I'm gonna keep carrying it around with me because it gives the +1 ego bonus. Very important for trading. You are meant to pronounce it very carefully and then get it wrong anyway, so just don't worry about it. Just flop out there like a fish without water, and eventually you will flop into the lake. Or something like that. Damn Gershlings. Joppa is supposed to be said as Yappa? Sounds about right. In uncertainty and vibrates. Thou art welcome to visit and stay here whenever thou wilt. Couldn't go down to Gappa. I left a thumb drive full of GIF files on there. And after that, I'm gonna go eat some jalapenos. Anyway, enough of that. In each of the Wrathchild, there are Inglenoks on the practice of worshipping the stars. They are in this case through to the zenith, and passed over to the posture for ideal rumination. Upon them and graze of their quirks. Nay, you should desire none of the condescension. And now, cook from a recipe. Oh hey, new follower. Thank you very much for following. The number continues to increase. At least for now. Anyway. Cycled gland paste. And... star apple. We also add a nip of salt kraken larva. Fancy. What did we learn? We learned about the Forgotten Ruins. I'm sure that'll come up eventually. Slackly chewed, their grass tendered. Indeed, it is noteworthy that in a bright enough light, it nearly glows. Alright, that's the surface level. Now let's dig deeper. Ah, one of those. Can't see anything over all the critical hits and dazes that are happening. Which I guess is a good problem to have. Ooh, adventure time. You know, I never got around to finishing watching all of it. I'm assuming it's actually over at this point, I think. I don't know. I'm terrible at keeping up with anything that's not video games, and even with video games, I'm also not good at keeping up with it. Almost like I'm a weird bug hiding underneath a rock. It's just last time I thought a series was over, it was Futurama, and then they came back and they made more, which I also still haven't seen the newer ones. Definitely seen all the older ones, I had them on DVD. Man, that's a lot of beetles. They dead yet? Not spawning anymore. Render Jalopy unviable, so clank. What is the color of pure aether? Same elements have been polished. We are Mopango, witnesses of the mantle, and activates the primal forces that impinge on the Fullerite hem is melted bright white and drips onto pallid leg things. Rings would then. Perhaps some revile you without rejection. Illuminated sloshes merrily scampering about. Your base electrical resist is a poem. I mean, it's not that bad, come on. How much resistance do I have? Some heat resistance, some cold resistance. That's about it. Oh, else I completely forgot. I have an attribute point and a mutation point. Become strong. $104 points left over. I have no idea if sweep is any good or not. Can't get backswing. Or I just save up for multi-weapon mastery. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sun shone through. Fiction is the general consensus of opinion among those who wish him evil. But when viewed in its hollow eye sockets, a wicked little hyacinth named Plisago suffered something of self or of personal worldview. Please read on. And mechanism cuts the tether and out vacuums. Volume 6. Your chance of successfully identifying an artifact is lost? It was nothing like his namesake before him, roused his countrymen, and set out to construct the first time I left the reef. I kicked a polyp off the broad brim of his nape by a chrome spine and salient jaw. Gravitational energy twisting at her atoms. The afflicted patient will experience there. Killed some beetles. Actually, can I just slam that? I am not strong enough to slam the ticking vents. Maybe it wasn't a good idea, but I'm too committed to it now. Alright, it's done. A conch skillsoft. Next floor. More books. We should just have a nice little sip of coffee first. Alright, that was maybe a little bit more than a sip. Suitable for ascent. The earth also revolves about the same way the forceful thought will carry with me and watch the sun and starlight. Inner tomb and find the purpose. Yes, and I believe that it could be further upturned. Daughter of Exile But You, 5th edition. The creature will be here or there, but the refugees have met but a tenth as long as it does not transform mechanical motion of the blue end of the path of healing. Be examined through higher and still. We cling to one another, not so much quantum friction that its presence very plainly. A test, I suppose. More than this. Hunt and laugh and dream. Suspiciously close to live, laugh, love. Which is also suspiciously close to live and drink. After the Lost War, these people, called the Angler King, shrugged off the blackened snout nostril of the battle. Shrine to Reshef, the Ghost in Cerulean. Oh, I didn't read that one yet. At least, not on this playthrough. In 2 before Reshef, the gyre widened, and the second triad of plagues afflicted lands. The legs of kith and kin annealed to iron. Darkness bloomed from the earth, and the Spartan blackened the sky. Reshef walked below the chrome arches and healed the sick. Tense like a painter's palette. A man starves at the very evident reason that there are other forms of energy in a matter in motion, or in the same type as that of itself returned intact under the foot. Triple-jointed fingers sprout. Each spoken is laid in bond and builds your prison. Repeated on a wavelength. Space we know of. We know indeed. Not because of its own first edition. The mental body, or from the bowl of iris, was the most part uneventful to the torso. And a willowy two-handed steel battle axe just here on the floor, just for me. There is blood all over the walls. How violent. Another shrine. Shrine to Yahem III, the terror of Shamrod. In 2806 before Reshef, Yahem III ravaged all of Shamrod, stealing oil from the heat lamps in the villages of baboons and water barons. She became known as the terror of Shamrod. Hey, that's where we are. A lot of dudes. No, I was just looking up at the top of my screen where it says 187 and thinking, man, I'm carrying a lot of water. And then I find this. I'm really carrying a lot of water. Hey, yes, I did re-equip all my stuff. Okay, just making sure. Weird artifacts. Draw a bead. Shake it off. Puzzle over. The lips paired together to form the barrel-like superheated sludge life. Our Vine Reapers. Volume 11, I think that is. Tell the Slymph have become a grazing hedonist. And a penetrating radar. Man, where are you when I actually need you? Are unconsciously using. Would you like setting? Shrinking warps on a lump that approximates. Retrieve Tao's chime from her wife's village. The light returned again, but more slowly this time, and is clamped by a crystal hauberk, then reinforced with stone gut. Just frozen dew we shall find visible, 5th edition. Relief, relief, relief from the early flushes of the space above. That is... Wait, how many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2 million miles while the air, 3rd edition. If the ether will be seen the first of the cross, and night of the only creatures who seem to cross one another are caused by 2 sections of the earth, dust flaked off a warm and lovely heat. Fable to your room to write it. Or do I? Is it truly you? Are you interested? Good. And pressed against. They averred that only 2 dimensions, we see how utterly impossible it would add, but another cipher to a second it would be helpful. stages with common remedies such. I will stay to help them. This ageless, flat-faced buckler. Are you going to buy something? Its top is spiraled. Better than I realized. Can buy. The risk of a drawing moon-doting beast is too vulgar. I downgraded myself to the villagers. Ezra is old, an aching temple to turn our wheels and grind our seeds and grains. With disorienting dew. The attacks today remind us, for too long have we put our faith in the name of Dagon. Speak Chrome's prayer and unholster your light rods. In the age of Polydoc I, the slag was mined and molded into a tam with ear flaps. Not the Long Front, First Edition. To thee, new friend, I once again looked up. I was Shem-Tu, the second triad of tongues, or... that tongues or tongs? Second triad of tongues are twined together in a right line at right angles in her virgin modesty. Kinky. We trade? My friend, thank you. Opho and Berifrum insist on it. Alright, at the current rate things are going, I might need to stop reading the books because it's taken forever. I do enjoy a good book. So that one's purple. It, legendary guard dog and leader of the furred Yehimian flock. He is loved by the flock, disliked by the villagers of Bawar for insulting their monarchies, and disliked by the denizens of the Id Freehold for burning one of their leaders in effigy. He's got a carapace on him. And he is down. What's in the box? A weird artifact. It is the orbital frill of Shamrod. On activation, this item obliterates all nearby members of the faction chosen from among those that existed during the time of the Sultanate. I never know when to use those. One's in my sight immediately, 5th edition. No doubt my journey was shallow compared to Laba's dive. My location and trajectory. Live and drink, Moon King. Not allowed to call me that. Are fitted to a second. My mind labored to make a point. Heady aroma but no winds, 2nd edition. Don't know what to make, smoke rings in air, will not ease us when we hurt. What do you want? Freehold without 0. Reports tell of the sun having a transitory motion. Also, when we spoke of anything else, kitchen, think this is a trickier one. Bopango watch. This Keter roams above my trunk at Ain Raj, Traveler Moon King. The Slinth are welcome here in my breast, Kentrin. Interesting. Clearly to the practice. That is how we can utilize it when we attempt to make the chime of Bright Sun's lag. Now we nurse electric milk. It stores every phrase it hears in its own spilled blood. Not a good place to store your words. Muse. Is this a question answered, a tune played, a body lay claim to have been to the tops of mountains during the coldest distance of space? It discovered beauty and chrome incarnate, the cassifescence. Hopefully they don't know how to open doors. The thickness of India rubber. Afir's daughter did not expect to grow water vine. And Hall of Eisner. Eisner, I don't know. To recapitulate briefly, in plate M we have little left to molder and decay. These are radiating vibrations like all others. Otherwise, you will experience there. Your movement speed, I cannot talk now. Hit point regeneration unabridged. You are worthy to study it first. Here to decrypt it. Oh. Peace to all who canter in the case for any increase in dryness from 2 to 8 of wet bulb depression. A shawl woven. Nevertheless, if an atom is a societal rhetoric in which good or evil thoughts are things and puissant things, and it should not be forgotten, it's the craft of those who have not come into contact with the instrument at the ground here. And now I leave. Put all my new books in the book box. There we go. Still have the books I wanted to keep, right? Where are they? I broke the UI again. Damn it. Or maybe I didn't break the UI? I am now confused. Whatever, as long as I don't have to restart the game again. Mark that as important. Don't want to get rid of it by accident. Right, so now that I have that done, let's go to Bela. After I check out these ruins. The Shukesh Salenon. Done with this place, continuing swiftly on. there. I will find your treasure for you. Definitely will. Path to the north. That was an easy journey. You found the poem. Actually, I don't think I've ever actually read the poem. Done this quest so many times that I could basically not read a single piece of dialogue and still get it completed. Let's read this one that's a little bit more structured. When this cruel world does bring me sad and low, and my mind does all grievances rehash, when there's a line I clearly cannot toe, and Hindriarch treats Kendron like they're trash. But then you stand, resplendent and refined, and so my heart ascends to Spindle's height. So as I think perhaps you could be mine, that's when I know that everything's alright. What need have we for putting safety first? Our parents will not offer me your hand. What do we gain from planning for the worst? Our village shall not ever understand. Not knowing I must go and you must stay, it makes my tender heartstrings start to fray. Oh. I am porcelain. Indriarch K sent me. She says that you stole Kendrish. A frame-up. I suspected this. Need to be rude about it. Anyway. Live and drink. Right, talk to you first. Claims to be wrongfully accused. There's no proof that she's lying. Live and a drink. We will investigate. I will return when I have questions. Or I won't. Whoever stole Kindrish didn't steal from the village stores. These chests are simply packed with dried law, vine wafers, and water skins. You know, an empty water skin, 3 vine wafers, and 3 dried law. Shade oil injector. Dog-like minstrel's token. Must be for someone's quest. Leave it there. A leatherworking hammer. This crude hammer is the kind used to strike rivet sets and punches when leatherworking. Someone left a small hammer on the path. Have you heard anything? The Kendron are becoming more brazen in their hostility. I've had to misdirect and fight them off several times this month alone. And you, seen anything? By the eaters, how prosperous we've been. I've never seen the village so flush with fresh water. Rumor has it that the village is flush with water, perhaps because Kay made a big trade. Seen anything? Nope, nothing at all. How about you? Is it true that Kendran children are thrown out of the nest right after being born? Well, some of them. Heard a Hindran talking about buying and selling to a Kendran late at night. I thought that all Kendran had to report to Grando. The Fondran heard the voice of a Hindran and a Kendran discussing goods late at night, indicating recent trade. Is it true that you don't have a Grando? I don't know, I think we have a couple too many. For weeks and weeks, Kisahine was so quiet, but now he's talking more than ever. He's so loud. Fondran told me that Kisahine went quiet for a few weeks, only to become louder than ever again. So, hey, would you like to have a poem? It's pretty nice. But it can't be, can it? It is. Alright, no weird things on you guys, I don't think. No discarded things next to the bedrolls. Still missing something. But what? I went to do some repairs to my boots, but someone's been in our stores of boar leather. We have far less than we should. Scout reports that someone has taken leather from the village stores, indicating recent craft. But that's still not all of it. Go find some more scouts. Maybe out here? Nope. Villagers. More villagers. I thought I heard splashing from a fight in the marsh grids, but I couldn't find anyone. One of Bela's scouts heard a fight in the watervine paddies, indicating recent violence. And that's all the clues, finally. I am ready to accuse. So we've got craft, trade, craft, and violence. As usual, we're going to try to pin this on K. Fondran heard the voice of a Hindran and a Kendran discussing goods late at night, indicating recent trade. Rumor has it that the village is flush with water, perhaps because K made a big trade. This does indicate that some kind of trade transpired and K was trying to hide it. By concealing trade, it was K who stole Kindrish. The evidence is clear. My job here is done. But I didn't do anything. Got a bunch of bows. Brewing with Star Apple Jam, be it, simply explain my credo, this question, Volume 3, to attack a hostile adjacent opponent simply, and disquisition on the malady of the mimic. Before I read those, let me give you some water. If I remember right, this is a hologram bracelet. You could probably find one of those just ruin diving and keep it. Alright. And the new Hindrarch can also have a drink of water. Alright, I'm done here. Off to Grit Gate. See, what do you have? Not really much of anything. Better than copper. Right, back at square one, where I've got a bunch of places I could go, but where do I want to go? Could go do Golgotha right now. Should be able to handle it. You know what? Let's go do that. Well, that is not good. Kirak no longer, servant of Toe. He is loved by the seekers of the sightless way, disliked by the villagers of Khalil, disliked by fish. Activate the run button. Keep running. There we go. Jeez. Trying to shoot me with energy bolts. That's not good. Not good at all. This might be a problem. Oh hey, it's Scholarly Frog. I'm, you know, just barely holding on. Trying not to shatter, probably gonna shatter. Let's eat some more witchwood. Emit pulse. That didn't work. Blurry. Position myself so I can run away. Keep healing. There we go. Now you die. Level 16. Hooray. Now they really don't like me. That's fine, they started it. Sphinx salt injectors. 6 of them. Slight Chris, don't need that. And what's this? An electro bow. Fortunately, I have surpassed the need for such things. Hammer upgrade for one of my hammers. Alright. Thank you for being patient. Let me just beat the crap out of you. Alright. Well, can't cook a meal yet. Did not mean to do that, but I guess we're in Golgotha now. I think I have a machine gun. I mean, if you shoot enough, it doesn't matter that you're missing 60% of your shots because you're still hitting a lot of damage. And as it turns out, that's very good for a target-rich environment, which perfectly describes where we're going. Anyways, honey and... not sure what to pair that with. How about honey and honey? That's a good combo. Also add a pinch of flattened beetle chitin. Keep wanting to say chitin, but that's not how you say it. It's chitin. Only get ill for 1/10 the usual length of time. Not great. I feel like I was gonna equip or check something, but I can't remember. Oh hey, mutation point. Put another point into double muscled, because it's been going great so far. Need one more level for multi-weapon mastery. Oh right, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna show off the absolutely absurd amount of equipment that I have equipped. Chimera runs are very fun. It certainly helps when they give you stuff like naming rate. Oh, this is the electricity corridor. Maybe I try to find a different one. They make this thing out of. There we go. And it doesn't even lead to anything. Good thing I have this pickaxe. This is the shoot grabs. Do I have... I do not have the first level of endurance. You know what? Multi-weapon mastery is gonna have to wait. I have to get this one. Just keep charging down, shoot at the scary stuff. nearly there. Right, we're at the bottom. Alright, I am chill with the beetles, surprisingly. There he is, the butthole monster himself. Oozing, gooey, sludgy slug of the cloaca. Loved by mollusk, hated by the villagers of the moor for disproving the famous theorem, disliked by the Ferdihimian flock for insulting their gamblers. You know what? Let's just set you on fire. Move away from the poison gas and the miasma and keep shooting. He is dead. Ooh, came to the conclusions on the lair of Astratonus fucadia, legendary giant dragonfly. Also discovered Hosohedron Shukesh. The hell is a Hosohedron? Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Scholarly. Very appreciated. And it is always fun to see someone just completely fold in half something that you've had to deal with. Although, trust me, I've definitely had situations where I ran at the slog very confidently and then proceeded to myself get folded like a cheap card table. And I just lost a bunch of stuff. Neck ring has rusted. The Tupamore recoiler has rusted. Gagging at the awful taste of the brown sludge. Alright. This I can get rid of. That I want to repair. Well. Yeah, I'll repair it if I get the chance. I think I only have one fix-it spray foam. Oh, only one. Another one. Slime-stained fullerite armament was cracked. Precinct Navigator got rusted, Gritgate Recoiler got rusted, and the Silver Nugget got rusted. Yeah, I can just go and get him to fix it for me. You know, assuming I get there before it falls apart. So that can also happen. We've discovered Vale, Goatfolk Village. Discovered the location of Alapad. We've come to conclusions. The villagers of Kharkova slew a leader of trolls. Trolls just getting curb stomped and Dolor this day. Discovered the location of the Cone Shagatara. Another rumor. Someone disparaged a famous poet revered by the Mupango. cybernetic wedges. Mysterious club. Counterweighted nano-pneumatic jackhammer with a solar cell. Well, at least I have a solar cell. Just grab this. I did have the quest to come down here, right? Ah. I never did talk to him. Well, whatever. They'll be very impressed by how I already have the thing done that they wanted me to do. Let's fix that up. Discovered the lair of Mirlalo mob Merlulu, legendary irritable tortoise. Must be irritated by everyone mispronouncing his name. Alright, seems I got everything. Just try to clean the poop water off of me. Alright, all clean. That was one of my neck rings that rusted away. Okay, that's what was there. I need that. Fortunately, I cannot just recoil back the grid gate, since they broke that one. Well, rusted it. I had a carbide hammer just sitting right there that I could have equipped at any time. Just the one, though. No sore throat and no stiffened legs. We got pretty lucky that time. Well, we got unlucky that I got tripped by the sewage eels twice. Usually that doesn't happen nearly as often on a character with high strength, but hey. It's all up to the numbers. So, well, with the inspiration to name your carbide hammer. Sure. We'll name it based off of the two-headed boar's culture. It is called Fanyamin Galhobata Fat. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but too late. It's a good color for it. Make it moon-like. No, I definitely can't read it. Alright. Here we are. I forget which one of these is more expensive. I think it's a carbine. Not gonna use either of those anyways, but I am promoted to the rank of apprentice. Level 17. Base rank is increased by 5. Or, no wait, the base rank is 5. It's been rapidly increased twice for a total of 6, so this is going to go up to 11. Right now it's capped at 9. Definitely gonna check it like multiple times anyway. I've got a whopping 28 strength. Stuff about the signal. Accept the quest. Oh, I have to go talk to everyone's favorite character. By that I mean it's definitely not everyone's favorite character. Where'd you go? There you are. So what is your reputation like? Loved by the Raphaelites, hated by the second Yemihimian host for questioning the legitimacy of their hierarchies, disliked by the children of Mammon for her queer appearance, and admired by the villagers of Tabamor for developing a quantum mechanical model. Oh hey there, Wonderpip. I was just talking to your favorite character. Telling her all about the Kon Shagatara. And Shapad. Okay, so maybe I was lying a little bit. But just a little bit, you know? So I should put on my trading gear. Yeah, Clank is pretty great. Very rude, but if anyone's earned it, it's him. Or it. I'm not really sure if gender matters to a type of fungus. Whoa. Whopping rate of 1. Don't worry about it. The thought that counts. Ah. An entirely self-sustaining raid. Impressive. Right. 300, 200. Any more stuff I can slap into this trade. Have a pile of copper nugs. You have all the mutations. I don't even want to know how many mutation points you'd have to get to be able to do that, because that sounds kinda ridiculous. Also, aren't some of them, like, exclusive to each other? Or is that only with, like, the defects? Quills and freezing, so I guess that means you have Carapace and the Flaming Hands. And also, do you mean like all Chimera mutations or like all mutations? Because it's even more if you include all the mental ones. All of them. No defects. Oh, so you weren't doing the Gamma Moth method. Right, now can Cute Girl fix this stuff? She can't. Yeah, the odds on the Gamma Moths are so terrible that the only way it's ever worth it is if you're playing a Truekin and you have more Sphinx Salt injectors than you know what to do with, or if you have precognition. That should tell you about how many times I actually play an Esper with precognition because I forgot about it. very much is one of those mutations where, like, at first, when you first play the game, you have no idea how to use it, so you just kind of assume it's worthless, and then like 200 hours later, you come back to it and you're like, why have I not been using this thing? Or at least that's my experience with it. That's Spera. I've already talked to Q-Girl, Smafeo, and Jacobo. Theo probably didn't update his stock. Yeah, he has all the same stuff. And I don't really want any of those blueprints. So it looks like we're already done with the trading. I'd be a lot more excited about the beam splitter if I was doing tinkering, but I'm not. This isn't it. Tinker 2. Yeah, that's the one. Although that is a very affordable blueprint right there. Here, have a Waydroid. Now let's put some stuff away. Can dominate a tinker and put it on my guns. Yeah, unless if I get a relic item that gives me dominate, I don't think I can do that. Assuming that I can even get a relic item that gives dominate. Is there a robot tinker that I could use a ganglionic teleprojector on? That could work, maybe. Also, I can't think of anything I should put away. What? Put the carbine in there. And the orbital frill. And the blueprints. Further investigation is needed. But, let me just check. Okay, I've got the instructions, so I can just run off and go do Bethesda Susa right now if I wanted to. Oh, right, Shem -1. He does have Tinker. I will have to keep that in mind. I'll probably forget it at least twice. Alright. Put all my stuff back on. I have an armor value of 10. Which honestly is not that great. I should probably try to upgrade that. Probably the best way to go about doing that is running over to Ezra. There is a historic site there, but historic sites in the Banana Grove tend to be, well, they can be kinda silly. Put it lightly. Running a Dodge. As in a Dodge build, I'm assuming, and not a truck. Not that I'm gonna disparage you for having a Dodge truck. Just know that some people around where I live have very strong opinions about that. I've done a few dodge builds, but they always end the exact same way, which is to say, eventually you run into someone who has a 2% chance to delete you instantly, and then they do. I think I already read that one. In 5766 before Reshef, Yahim II, the Untitled, died of natural causes. She was 96 years old. Steel buckler. That is an upgrade. Place upper left arm. Graphite hammer. Placed steel mace. Oh yeah, that's the weird one, isn't it? Or is it this one? Ah, not that one. This one. The regular carbide hammer that looks like a folding carbide hammer that's named the Fanyamin Gal Hobatafat, in a very inconvenient color to be able to read it properly. I should have dumped that one into the box. There's 2 apes. That one's got a compass bracelet on. Another steel buckler. Frozen Solid. 2 can play that game. Lost again. Discovered the Cone Ovoid Shukech. Gelatinous wedge. Slam it away. Shrine to Yahim I, wired sprout of Beetles. Deep in the wilds of the Cook's theocracy of Kibimas, Yahim stumbled upon a clan of antelopes performing a secret ritual. Because of her voltaic eyes, they accepted her into their fold and taught her their secrets. A shrine to Polydoc I. While wandering around the astrologist theocracy of Kar, Polydoc stumbled upon a clan of mollusks performing a secret ritual. Because of his reputation for murdering someone by trapping her in a prism, they furiously rebuked him and declared him a villain to their kind. Son by a great favor. How long the mimic with these well-built abodes and the sound moves faster. Glass cylinder. Have you tidings from Red Rock? What a lovely place, and being reasonably social creatures, both species take offense at the end of the air has first to be hit by physical attacks. Oh, it's a transmute the gem. Yeah, those are really cool. Especially if you can get multiple weapons that have it, because that would slot in just perfectly on my build. Although it would slot in a little bit better if it was a cudgel rather than an axe, who knows. Face of a Vandals. Be at peace. A nylon body pack. About time I find one of these. How much crap can I store now? I have 504. That's a lot of room for crap. Ooh, you can attack a wall and it turns into a gem. Though isn't it something like a 2% chance, so you'd have to hit an average of like 50 times to get one gem? Or is it even lower than that? I don't remember. Anyway, some more books. Here, not anywhere else. Or here, nor anywhere else. Those of which spawned a formal system called the Luminiferous. Luminiferous? Ether. To distinguish its wearer from the salt sun, but spindle glitter rained from heaven and sowed the holoptic valley of the mountain face. So does the troglodyte speak with Elder Iridad. I used to watch some good content, mostly from this one guy called Big Simple. He makes half-decent stuff. But other than that, I know that there's a bunch of other people who do cut content, but my brain can barely handle playing it just myself, never mind actually having to keep track of everything that's going on in everyone else's playthroughs. So I tend not to. Anyways, back to the book. Here nor anywhere else. Those of which spawn the formal system called... Oh, no wait. Yeah, I just finished reading that. That's the other book. Eek is hooked. Once the lights burned out, magpie troops cut hunks free from gaslight tools and brought them to the distance. Instead of steel, brass, and cathode tube conceals an array of stemmed articulators. Some holding scalpels, some suturers, and all opportunities to defend. Not by a huge number, something like a wound rope. That's enough of this ruin. Ooh. Back way the fuck up. Must be in the ruins. Yep, sure are. Yeah, gaslight weapons are neat, but they fill a very specific niche that I tend not to make terribly much use of, because, you know, if you wanted the gaslight weapons and vibro weapons to be useful, it's usually because normal weapons don't have enough penetration for you, which means that you're running low strength. And I hate running low strength because it means I can't carry half a junkyard with garbage on me. Which maybe I should just stop picking every single thing up that I think might have even a little bit of value, but can't help it. Well, don't know why I tried to break that rock. Probably would have been way faster to just run out of the poison cloud. Another chain gun. I guess another part of it is that, even if I wasn't carrying around so much crap, it always feels terrible when just your equipment that you're actually actively using is still taking up like half your total weight capacity. But again, it really depends on exactly what your strategy is. So my strategy most of the time is run in there and punch them in the face as hard as I can while they try to punch me right back in the face as hard as they can, so I actually kinda need the armor. Compared to, like, say, if your plan is to run the hell away from people, never let them get close, and have good movement speed so you can always run away no matter what, and then you just, you know, shoot them to death with dual pistols, well, then you don't really need good armor, because you're never going to make use of it. It's just going to slow you down. Ooh, fun stuff here. Yeah, maybe I need to relook at the type of stuff I carry around. It's just, I tend to have the problem with, like, every game I play. Really good example of that would be my Stalker playthrough, which, not done with. It's just on hold temporarily while I get the other stuff done. But yeah, in that one I'm always carrying around so much stuff that I'm like 20 levels higher in strength than all the other skills. Just because I'm always carrying around way too much stuff. Since I've done it so much that my strength skill has gone up, now I can get away with carrying that much crap. Because the moral of the story is, if you're designing a video game, either let someone carry all the crap they want, or just make it very clear early on that they're not supposed to do that. How many bullets do we even have left? I have another 330. Actually starting to run low. Petrified carbide. I have to collect some more water. Or just use the minigun less. The two-handed hammer. Actually, strength bonus cap of 4. Gives me 9 penetration. Got a plus 6. This gives me strength bonus cap of 5. 2d4 damage. How much is the other one? 2d4 plus 1. Technically better. Very slightly. Now we're hungry again. Vine wafer. Star apple. You know. Shooting dudes. Collecting stuff. Shooting more dudes so I can collect more stuff. Oh hey, laser turrets. do more damage than I remember. Here we go. Saw you over there, you tinker turret. Turret tinker. Freeze miner, Mark II. It's probably left presents all over the place. Like there. So I completely forgot I have emit pulse, literally right there. It's getting away. Try to take those out. Hopefully it gives me a whole bunch of ammunition when I do. $100 from that one, 89 from the other one. Well, our armor value isn't really all that good, but I do have enough health to make it work. Beetle got it. Alright. How much ammo do I have now? 802. What is over here? We are at Kon Shagatara. Already have all carbide. Discovered the location of Skull Na, Goat Folk Village. What's that over there? A hammer. Sell all this stuff once I get to Ezra. Hopefully I can afford something nice. Go to some ruins. Discovered the Hosohedron Loon Dunum Rod. Let me try that again. Hosohedron Loon Dum Rod. Before I explore this, I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee. Be right back. one back. Fortunately, I was out of coffee. Instead, I made a hot chocolate. Tasty, tasty hot chocolate. Bunch of musical notes. I may have set the forest on fire. Also walks about and crush. I am more affected by Esk return and eat. A Woodsprog. Wait, graffiti. Also another nylon body bag. There is yet a pall of evening was cast, and then test hypothesis is. There's another one. If you present supporting evidence is most powerful when paired with implicating evidence. We're done with this place. Where am I? Oh, right there. Here we are at Ezra. I already see graffiti on the floor. Though persistent across the moon stare. The signal is a shard of glass in the dewy. Oh, brick, wood, and cannot. Shrine to Polydoc. 6,150 before chef Polydoc, the Untitled, died of natural causes. He was 99 years old. Shrine to Yehim I, wife of Ginir-Faklam. Or Ginir-Faklam? Something like that. While wandering around the astrologist's theocracy of Kar, Yehim stumbled upon a clan of trees performing a secret ritual. Because of her copper-plated visage, they furiously rebuked her and declared her a villain to their kind. Copper-plated, I think that one is electrical generation. Something like that. Shrine to Yehim II. While traveling through the glassblowers oligarchy of Ubad, Yehim II stopped at a market in Ikavu Mesh. At an obscure shop, she purchased a desiccated axe and named it the Desiccated Pet Yehim Friend. Then she went to a nearby tavern and lost it in a game of dice. She cursed the tavern and left Ikavu Mesh. Shrine to Polydoc II, Glass and Scarlet. In a cathedral of stained glass, Polydoc II cemented his friendship with astronomers by marrying Shitara. Shrine to Yehim III, the Scourge of Sharvapid, or Sharvapur. Somewhere in Shegaruk, Yehim III had a dream that she was seasoning food. From that day forth, she was obsessed with spices. And the shrine to her chef, the Coiled Lamb of Battles. I already read that one like twice this stream, I think. And And that there is an ID. Surprisingly are not hostile to me because I am indifferent with insects. There's Asphodel. Loved by the consortium of Phyta and flowers, hated by succulents for refusing them entrance to a local library, and disliked by the villagers of Kyakuya for worshipping a highly entropic being. Well, unfortunately, we have to give him water. Oh wait, these ones have those, different pronouns. Sir. Anyway, teach me snake oiler. Take all their water, and then leave. Alright, I'll just look at this done first. I also forgot that I had a mutation point. I keep doing that. Could get this to 10. Although it won't boost strength up, it will increase the day's chance. I'll leave it as is for now. Start leveling up multiple arms. And I'm gonna save up for Demolish next. It is indeed peak performance. You know, other than two-headed. Two-headed was just kind of because it was funny. Right, what was it doing? Right, having some banana. Psychometry at level 2. It's boosted up to 5. Don't think I've actually had a character die of decapitation, unless if you count their head exploding. I don't think head explosion counts as a decapitation, but it's pretty close. Too complex. What am I smart enough to learn? Or psychic enough to learn, I mean. Learn to make bullets. Learn to make shotgun shells. Chem cells. Solar cells. Fidget cells. All these grenades. Not that one. Also, how rude of me. Hi, Gerald. How you doing? Let me just use that shout-out command that I definitely remember to use all the other times. Because you deserve it. Alright, back to the high-pitched sound. Did all the grenades. Now the blaze injector. And the other injectors. Droid scrambler. No way I have enough for these. Had to try it though. Oh right, and the high explosive missiles. I will actually try to use a missile launcher if I get a hold of one, instead of just using it to sell stuff. You know, since I'm going with heavy weapons, I might as well actually use it for once. Anyways, let's go talk to the trees. Mayor Hadass, loved by the villagers of Ezra and trees, hated by robots for giving one of their kind an unfavorable horoscope reading. Hated, or no wait, admired by roots for giving one of their kind a favorable horoscope reading, and hated by the villagers of Taylor for telling bawdy jokes. Well, the robots already hate me, so have some water. Roots are now indifferent. 50 more and I could get customs and folklore. Really nice to have. Yeah. Well, the villagers like this guy. Cannibals don't. He's hated by cannibals for eating one of their young. Not so funny when it happens to you, now is it? Tell him about the goat folk villages. Right. Hello, Six True. Crysteel Boots. Polarite Maul. Flawless Crysteel Mace. Crysteel Aegis. Bunch of upgrades. Let's see how much of it I can even afford. I have all these cybernetics credit wedges, so I might be able to actually afford it. Oh, the UI broke again. Damn it. Just let me close out this trade before restarting again. Just short. Try that again. 400. There we go. Yeah, that. This. Kudzu stem. 17 dreadroot tubers. That's 17 self injectors as soon as I get tinkering 1. That should be good enough. And box is all the way at the top of the screen. Told you it broke. Alright. Let me just restart real quick. And have a sip of my wonderful hot chocolate I have sitting here before it gets all the way down to room temperature. Back up. UI fix itself? Think. Sort of. It's doing that thing where it scrolls all the way up here and then it just gets stuck. Hopefully that doesn't mean it broke again. Gonna replace the chain boots. There's Ilahaj. Loved by the daughters of exile, admired by the villagers of Napier for explaining the meaning of the canticles Chromaic. Hated by the cult of the coiled lamb for sowing their fields with salt, disliked by Dromad merchants for eating all their fruit. Oh, don't like losing reputation with those last guys, but free repair is free repair. Free in huge quotations. There's the recoiler. An engraved pocketed vest. While traveling alone in the glassblower's aristocracy of Dazawar, Yahim II had a dream that she was wiring quills to paradox. From then on, she always kept some circuits hidden on our person. Ooh, thermoelectric cell. Yeah, I can do without. Free wire. Probably never gonna use that, but hey, it's free. Could try to buy more of the weird trinkets off of Six Shrew. Alright, 515, one of those, one of these, and one of that. And then maybe don't trade all the silver away. Got a phase shift grenade Mark 1. High capacity chem cell. And a lead acid cell. If I remember right, the way the phase shift grenade works is anything hit by it switches phase for a while. So you can sort of technically almost use it like a... well, not really. You can use it on yourself and then phase through a wall, but it really depends on how long the phase lasts for. Using it on an enemy kind of just seems like a bad idea unless if you really just don't want them to be able to attack you for a couple of turns. But again, I'm talking about stuff I've never used. Just slap a Crysteel Aegis on my backhand. $2d4 plus 1. Or 3d4. 3d4 is more potential damage, 2d4 plus 1 is more guaranteed. Nah, it's the same amount of guaranteed damage. Put that one in the main hand. That one there. Carbide. Also carbide. That one's full in carbide actually. Alright, very slowly upgrading all my stuff. So I do have a solar cell. I've been worrying this for a while now. Cell is just a hammer, I guess. Did buy the recoiler, right? Yep, it's right there. Alright, now that I'm done with the shopping trip, probably time to go get started on Bethesda Sousa. It's gonna need a little bit of walking. Oh, hold on. Okay, I thought this was like a village outskirt for a second. It seemed a little too clear to be jungle, but it just says jungle. Oh hey. Maimed Godhead Ma Guapshun. Loved by the Naftali tribe and robots, disliked by the villagers of Kyakuka for ruining the festival of Utyara-Us, and admired by the consortium of Phaida for cooking them a splendid meal. But I don't really want to kill that one. It's got some really good reputations. Ooh, where's this? It's not a ruin, but it sure looks like one. Graffiti. In time, I know I was not born of kindness and so on. Ooh, better one. I am 1 and 2 weeps. Weird how as soon as I get one nylon body pack, they start showing up all over the place. You have discovered Ashglade at Goat Folk Village. Here I go killing again. helmet. Yeah, I guess that's an upgrade. Spike gauntlets, I think I already have 2 pairs of those. 1, 2, yeah, there we go. Steel buckler. Place. Can I have a regular shield? No, a feathered wooden shield. Replace that one. I'm gonna hold on to it just in case I need some bird reputation. Don't think it's gonna end up happening. Floating glow spheres. Alright. Another village liberated. Some berries. Pretty cool. Oh right, that's what I forgot. I was gonna get some more bullets for the minigun. Chain gun, not minigun. There should be a minigun in this game, but there isn't. 883 bullets. 867 bullets. Spear. Alright, we descend. Level 19. Step away from the steam. I could keep leveling multiple arms, or I could start leveling up two-hearted. Get that toughness rating all the way up, and then I actually will be built like a brick shit house. Which is sounding very tempting, actually. I am eventually going to run into a point where it's a better idea to stay at range than it will be to running close. So multiple arms kinda drops off in effectiveness, but increased toughness is always useful, even when you're on the receiving end of a complete beatdown. which probably will happen. Gonna collect some of this. 20 of it. And solid. Ooh, one of those. Killed it instantly. Nice. Sure is crowded on the first level down here. Usually it's not this busy. Level 20. Time to get demolishing. Activated, cooldown 100. For the next 5 rounds, your chance to daze with cudgel attacks is 100% and slam has no cooldown. To use demolish, slam must be off cooldown. Using demolish puts slam on cooldown. That demolish pairs super well with the single weapon fighting tree, but that is definitely not what I have. Full of right ages. Now instead, we're switching out one of my hammers for... Probably not. Weighs 20 pounds. Yeah, I'm good. Discovered the location of forgotten ruins. Spider. Why did you walk in the steam? Alright. How about a nice meal? Gonna do star apple jam and convalescence. We also add a pebble for flavor. Oh, we're not gonna be bleeding today. What the fuck? Phylactery Squire. They were no longer legendary dervish of the Sightless Way. He's loved by the Seekers, hated by goat folk, hated by the villagers of Sabazor for impersonating one of their leaders. Alright, I think I have enough ammo to deal with this. The only one that's gonna be really annoying is the Phylactery Squire. And I guess that guy. Well, that guy can just set him on fire and then run away. Really is just that guy. I have nothing but Mark 1 grenades, which aren't that great. Switching weapons isn't really gonna do anything. Well, they seem to be fighting. Here is Luminous Jotun, who parts limbs. Is loved by the trolls, disliked by the Ferdy Himmingan flock. Just get a bit closer. Start shooting. I am not sure who's winning. Alright, Phylactery Squire is dead. That is indeed a whole bunch of Hurk hounds. Or more like was. Most of them seem to be dead. What is he doing over there? Oh hey, another hammer. As long as that guy doesn't have friggin' Sunder Mind, which I'm assuming he doesn't because I didn't see him use it, we should be good. Confused. Having a Hell in a Cell match right now. Phylactery of Syrian Geither. Already switched out all my lame shields with the steel bucklers, I think. Don't need the precinct navigator right now. That. Masteric Willowy Throwing Axe. Hit him in with light manipulation. Oh, you can teleport. You know what? I didn't expect him to get taken out by a single stray shot of the minigun. Chain gun, not minigun. Damn it. Whatever. You just have to kill off his surviving minions. A flamethrower. This does count as a heavy weapon. Oh yeah, maybe I will try to make use of that. Engraved two-handed folded carbide battle axe. It has a story about Reshef on it. Well, that was a weird start to this place, but let's keep going. Any bullets left? 528. I am now despised by the trolls. Reputation with worms went up. And that's about it. And now for the last guy, who is somewhere near right in front of me. Right there. And he's dead. Reputation with antelopes has increased. I just kind of chewed through these early rooms. Now the real fun starts. Determine the location of Pyramid Annulus Shukesh. Ooh. I do wonder how the other enemies handle that guy. Like, do they even pretend to not know you're there, or do they just, like, you know, beeline straight for you, because that's not how they actually detect stuff. Kinda like how there's a lot of enemies that don't detect based off of sight, they detect based off of sound. Actually, isn't that one of the ways that you can take them out? Like, I mean, have heightened hearing would let you know where he is. I never actually screw around with that mutation, so I don't know for sure. Oh, Sense Psychic is how you do it. That's another one that I also don't use as much as I could. But then again, probably my least played of the 3 big, or I guess 4 big types of characters is the Espers. Would probably go in the order of Trukin is my most played, second most played is a regular mutant, and then my third most played is Chimera mutants, and then last would be Espers. Gyre White of Bethesda, or Bethsaida. Can only get it on character control. Esper, Mixed Mutant, then Chimera, then Trukin. No, I can't really blame someone for looking at Trukin's deal and going like, yeah, nah, probably not for me. So it is a very specific type of playstyle where it's like, I don't care that I'm underpowered at the start of the game because by endgame I'm gonna be able to do whatever the fuck I feel like. You know, as long as you're willing to run around and trade a whole lot. I have no idea what the graffiti says, I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, it's usually by mid-game you'll have found enough stuff or you'll have access to enough vendors that you'll almost certainly have something that you're capable of making use of. Also, hey, check it out, a 2-handed carbide folding hammer. But yeah, that's why usually it's pretty important to get like the first historical site or 2 done and then run off to the stilt. And then, once you get to a gutsmonger and you hopefully have enough loot to afford stuff, you should just go right ahead and buy something nice. Even if it's like one of the lower points ones, like stabilizer arm locks, because that makes basically any ranged weapon type way better than if you don't have it. Right. Good point. But you do have the luxury of being able to switch out nearly all the implants as you find them. But you're entirely right, you still are kind of at the mercy of the RNG. You just have to play long enough that eventually you'll have found one of everything, or at least seen one of everything in a merchant's inventory. But you do eventually get what you want, even if it takes a while. Replace that. These are probably better, right? Lightly damaged. 3, -5. I think the other ones are 2 and something. 2, -3. So right now it's averaging to probably 2, so it's not doing anything for me to have these on. Not gonna stop me though. No, funny thing about shooting fire from your toes, that one character, Hippie, that I was playing, the one that managed to get all the way to making the golem, I think I figured out why I never got that, Flaming Hands mutation. It's because when it generated the robot, it generated it so that the appendage that shoots the flame out was the feet, but it was a wheeled robot golem, so it doesn't have any feet. So basically it just didn't give me anything. But that's why I didn't have the flaming ray on the robot, because I should have had it. N2d6. 1034. Technically, the flawless crystal mace does more damage. Seems to be unnatural darkness around here. Or it just means that the battery on my night vision finally ran out. There we go. See if I can snipe this guy. Nope. Right, gonna have to run over there, or it starts creating too many problems for me to handle. Level 21. Bring up that strength. Got that +7. Exactly 100 points. Time for Tinker 1. Counterweighted. It's 23 in to get Tinker 2. Okay, thought it was 22 for a second there. Gonna take a while to get up to that point. Get a 7 for that. Some bears hanging out. It is Locopia ovara. The acclaimed Baraphramite tutor is loved by the Baraphramites, hated by the seekers of the sightless way for insulting their feast. Got plenty of stuff to trade for. You identified the small tube as an empty injector. Yeah, for some reason not hostile to these. Fine enough. Hey, now I actually have an armor upgrade. Combat shotgun. He sure is dense today. No, I've already said that, but like, it's been consistent. Plenty of scrap, though. Stirred by a treasured prism rescued from a crystal blast furnace, Polydoc visited his workshop and tinkered an artifact. He named it Prismica. Intriguing. There's definitely a weapon that can turn dudes into gems somewhere out there. Just have to go find it. Alright, gonna do one more floor, and I'm probably gonna call it there. Brain is starting to slow down, and if I overdo it, it's gonna eventually shut down. How am I supposed to cook ramen with a shut down brain? That's not good. Let's move that thing and this thing. And frozen again. Emit pulse. Didn't seem to do anything. Do I have a level 1 fire grenade? I have exactly one. Activate. Another one. Burn. Oh, this might be bad. I already used my one thermal grenade. Where's my injectors? Here they are. Another thermal grenade. Perfect. Alright. Said it was going to be one more floor, and that is one more floor. Also, the night vision goggles crapped out. Gonna do the last couple of inventory management things. So why not? Love injector. Just in time. Freezing carbide folding hammer. Be useful. Nothing else I want to get rid of just yet. Alright. That has been one very productive day in the Caves of Cud. Then. So tomorrow, I am going to be playing Domekeeper. Not sure what I'm going to be playing after tomorrow though. I have so many options to pick from, I don't really want to decide just yet. Heck, maybe I'll even play something new, or at least new to the stream. I'm not gonna speculate too much on it. What does Twitch have to say about the numbers? Have to know the numbers. Big ol' 4. Yeah, that's a pretty good number. Let's see. Are there any buds online? There isn't. Oh well. It looks like that's gonna be it for the stream. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe I did. I'm not sure. Regardless, that's that. See ya.